Hello, people. I am Jabby Coy. Joining me is Achara Kirk.
Hi.
We are going to look at an honest trailers of the Oscars 2017. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I haven't watched an honest trailer in a while, so let's check this out.
It's that time of the year when LA's pretty narcissists use their awards to take shots at DC's ugly narcissist, as these 9 films compete for Hollywood's highest honor. Because back when it was just 5, the Academy couldn't trick you into rooting for something you actually saw. This year's honest nominees for Best Picture are... From Denis Villeneuve comes Amy Adams' second movie this year about trying to relate to an alien no one gets along with, that will have audiences trying to wrap their mind around what they just saw, because they're pretty sure the part about the Chinese guy makes absolutely no sense. Squidwards. From first-time director Garth Davis comes the film about the kid who goes to India with Nicole Kidman, I think, and finds a lion or something. Oh, right, it's the one with Dev Patel. I hear it's really good, but honestly, I've only seen the trailer. They've got to stop releasing all the Oscar movies at the same time. If you say you've seen this, you're probably lying.
No, I saw it.
Return to West Texas for that one grizzled cowboy voice Jeff Bridges does.
I've not heard about this movie at all.
This ain't no Kuna. Hey, you might be dead.
For a film that's so entertaining, straightforward, and unpretentious, it has no chance of actually winning Best Picture. Hell, it's a high honor
Courtney
just to
said
be
this is a really good movie,
nominated.
actually.
Witness the incredible untold story of the hidden contributions black women made to the space program, whose brilliance was no match for the stubborn prejudice of the times. But don't worry, it won't make white people feel too bad about themselves. See, Kevin Costner's one of the good ones. Diary of a Black Math Woman. From the writer of The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, wait, really? Comes the exact opposite of that.
I swear to God, I'm gonna knock your block off.
As you take a non-stop grief train to Sadsville, led by a hard-drinking, irritable Boston man living in the shadow of his more successful older brother. Gee, I wonder how Casey Affleck managed to get into character. Manchester by the feckin' sea. Follow along on the poetic unfolding of a life, beautifully directed by Barry Jenkins, as this young, black, gay man struggles to escape from poverty and drug addiction, told across 3 decades, based on a play, based on the life story of its author. So yeah, I'd say it's nominated for an Oscar. All of the Oscar things. Watch what's clearly a stage play Denzel Washington decided to film, because aside from the garbage truck at the beginning, they're just talking in a house the entire time, as these actors bravely explore how much acting you can fit into one movie, featuring loud acting.
You best be making sure they're doing right by you.
Nuanced acting.
Decided 17 years ago that boy wasn't gonna get involved in no sports.
And snot acting.
Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me?
Actors. Enjoy the brief window of time before Mel Gibson burns his bridge to Hollywood again, as he follows the Jesus movie he filmed with blood and gore, with another story about a historical pacifist filled with tons of blood and gore.
Oh!
Was that necessary? Oh, I think I'm gonna puke. War and Pieces.
What the hell, is that actually in the movie?
I don't know.
Experience a gorgeous ode to the musicals of cinema's past that earn nominations for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, nice, Best Cinematography, sure, Best Screenplay, really? Best Song, oh okay, I get that one. Best Sound Mixing, fine. Best Song, again? Come on, did nobody watch Sing Street? Best Costume Design? What the... They're just wearing clothes. Oh, man, they just can't resist a movie about how special the movies are, can they? Hollywood Handjob. Those are your nominees for Best Picture. And since we bet there will be a million speeches about Trump at the Oscars, we thought we'd give him equal time to respond via Twitter in our starring section.
Starring the highly overrated Meryl Streep, Mar-a-Lago, Ali, Bad Hombres, potential terrorist, immigrants, a 6 at best, 7, 8, Now that's a real American. Thank you for your service in the Braveheart War. That's Spider-Man. I know that one. We're both from Queens. Smart kid. O.J. Simpson. Great guy. Great golfer. Alternative facts. Sad. 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 Sad.
The Oscars 2017. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. President.
Fake views. You have fake views. More like not honest trailers. Low energy.
Wow, Amy Adams got snubbed this year, and she's 0 for 5 when she is nominated. What's an actor got to do to finally win an Oscar? All right, never mind.
That was really cool.
That was really good.
I mean, they managed to tap into a lot of stories instead of just one story for a long time. They did a bunch of stories because they did all the Best Picture nominees. So that was really clever.
I think it was pretty spot on. Although I don't know some of the ones they were talking about.
I wonder if they struggled with what to do with Fences. What are we gonna say about this fucking movie? That's what it felt like when they got to that part of the trailer. They're like, they did a lot of acting in it.
Yeah, no,
So-
but I buy that.
Yeah.
It's a very like it's a very actor heavy like emotions,
Right.
feelings.
But it's like, but how do you make really like what is funny about that, right? Like, what is funny about nuanced acting or loud acting? Like, I get the juxtaposition that they're trying to make, and I see the humor in it, but it feels like that was a struggle because it's a powerhouse actors movie. How do you make fun of that? But I applaud Screen Junkies for trying on that one.
Yeah, really good.
They did a phenomenal job on the other ones for sure.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think what they had to say about La La Land was pretty spot on, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I know you enjoyed La La Land a lot. I never did a review on La La Land, and there was people who were asking me my thoughts on it. I thought it was alright. I wanted it to be amazing because I love Whiplash. That's my favorite movie, as I've said a million times. I have mixed feelings about La La Land in the end. Basically, everything he was saying, I'm like, yeah, that...
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, I feel that way too. It's like, best director, alright. Screenplay, really? Like, best costume, no, they're just wearing clothes.
They were nice and like it reflected an era, although it was very confusing with the costuming for me, and I don't know if other people felt the same way because it felt like it really was giving a nod towards the old Hollywood, but then I was kind of like, wait, so when is this set? Because the clothes seem quite period, but it's supposed to be
But that's what's so cool about it, you see, 'cause
it's confusing,
it's
though.
mixing eras, you just can't tell.
It's confusing.
But the Donald Trump add-on at the end was great, especially the bit about Braveheart. Thanks for fighting in our war.
Yeah.
The Braveheart War.
True American Mel
American.
Gibson.
Exactly.
Good job.
He's not even American, he's Australian.
I know.
My brother loves Mel Gibson, but what they said about him was fair. It was like, here's Mel Gibson before he,
Pisses off Hollywood again.
Pisses off Hollywood again. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see Mel Gibson in an interview, I'm always just like, okay, Dad, just be cool, man. Just be cool. You get through this one too. Like, I don't know what it was like for you, but like whenever I don't know, I had one of my parents or like my dad or something. My dad is a very gregarious guy. Not to compare my dad to Mel Gibson, but it's like, okay, Dad, just exit now. Just exit now. This will be all right. Like you said, enough. A great example was we were at church and my dad spotted Andy Garcia. And my dad's a very talkative guy, and he just wouldn't leave Andy Garcia alone. It was one of those few times where my dad's charm wasn't working in his favor, because my dad's a very charming guy. When I see it not working, I get really anxious, and I'm like, Dad, just stop talking. And he just wouldn't stop. For some reason, it awakens the same feeling when I'm watching Mel Gibson in an interview. I'm like, okay, just don't say anything weird. Just nothing bad about Jews. Okay, we'll get through this. But Andrew Garfield's Jewish, so what they said about this Barry Jenkins movie was pretty...
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just all the check boxes for an Oscar movie.
Is it a minority? Yes. How many minorities? Quite a few. Black and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the things.
All the things.
And it's a true story. Casey Affleck. I'm glad they mentioned what they said about Casey Affleck. How did he get into character? The thing is, Casey Affleck is. I mentioned this on Twitter, and a few people replied, and I don't recall seeing those films where he was happy. Like, I think it was one of the Ocean's movies or something.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But
he was good.
every time I've seen Casey Affleck, to the best of my recollection, every film I've seen of his where I've noticed him, he's always sad. He's always upset. He's always just moody. And I'm like, really? Why is he so upset all the time? Why can't he ever be like a jolly guy? Now, here's a fun thing. I'm going to end the video on this. I am convinced Casey Affleck wrote his own IMDb profile, okay? I want you to see this and I'm gonna read you Ben Affleck's IMDb first, and then I'm gonna read you Casey Affleck's IMDb, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about, because it feels very congratulatory. I know English. Okay, Ben Affleck, American actor and filmmaker. What the fuck? Why does it say Benjamin Geza? Oh, I guess that's his real name. Okay, let me back up. I thought I was reading like something in another language for a second. American actor and filmmaker Benjamin Geza Affleck Bolt was born on August 15th, 1972 in Berkeley, California, and was raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts. His mother, Chris Ann, is a school teacher, and his father, Timothy Byers Affleck, is a social worker. So that's a very normal description, right? Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
Casey Affleck. An accomplished and striking performer.
Wow.
Academy Award nominee Casey Affleck has established himself as a powerful leading man with performances in multiple upcoming projects. I am convinced Casey Affleck wrote that himself.
Or his publicist
Or
did.
his publicist
He's got
did.
Oscar buzz now.
I don't know, but it just is like, it's so big of a description. I'm like, that's not a normal description for someone on IMDb. Anyway, not related to anything else. I just felt like sharing that with you guys because I have no other outlet with which to do so. That was really fun, Screen Junkies. Thank you so much for that very awesome, honest trailers about the Oscars. A quick shout out to Vijay. Vijay, that's your whole name, and you've been contributing for about 3 months. Just want to say a quick thank you. Really appreciate what you're doing on the Patreon. I'm Jabby Kawai. Peace out.